So students, in this lecture, we'll discuss about Bode plot. So first we'll go to the introduction to Bode plot. So whatever is the basic of any frequency response is to plot magnitude m and angle phi against input frequency omega. When omega is varied from 0 to infinity, there is wide range of variations in m and phi, and it becomes difficult to accommodate all such variations with linear scale. So this was introduced by H.W. Bode, who suggested the method in which logarithmic values of magnitude are to be plotted against logarithmic values of frequencies. Such plots are called logarithmic plots, which allows us to show wide range of variations in magnitude on a single paper. Okay. In general, Bode plot consists of two plots. One is called magnitude plot, another is called phase angle plot. Okay. So magnitude expressed in logarithmic values against logarithmic values of frequency called magnitude plot. Second one is phase angle in degrees against logarithmic values of frequency called phase angle plot. Magnitude plot. The magnitude can be expressed in its logarithmic values by finding out the value 20 log 10 to the base magnitude of g of j omega, which has a unit as decibel denoted by dB. For Bode plot, magnitude of j omega is 20 log 10 to the base magnitude of j omega in decibel. Such decibel values are to be plotted against log 10 to the base omega. So what is magnitude? Plot magnitude expressed in logarithmic values against logarithmic values of frequency. Phase angle plot, phase angle in degrees against logarithmic values of frequency. Steps to solve. Okay, so whatever we have to carry out the work using Bode plot, it has to be on a semilog graph paper. Okay, semilog graph paper. So first we'll see what are the steps to sketch Bode plot. 1. Express given g of s, h of s into time constant form. 2. Draw a line of 20 log k decibels. 3. Draw a line of appropriate slope representing poles or zeros at the origin passing through intersection point of omega is equal to 1 and 0 dB. 4. Shift this intersection point on 20 log k line and draw parallel line to the line drawn in step 3. This is addition of constant k and number of poles or zeros at the origin. 5. Change the slope of this line at various corner frequencies by appropriate value. That is, depending upon which factor is occurring at corner frequency. For a simple pole, slope must be changed by minus 20 dB per decade. For a simple 0 by plus 20 dB per decade. Change the slope of line obtained in step 5 by respective value and draw line with resultant slope. Continue this line till it intersects next corner frequency line. Change the slope and continue. Slope and continue. Okay, next step is prepare the phase angle table and obtain the table of omega and resultant phase angle phi r by actual calculation. Plot these points and draw smooth curve obtaining necessary phase angle plot. There is one thing to remember. What is that? At every corner frequency, slope of resultant line must change. Slope of resultant line must change. Next, we'll go for frequency response specification. So, the basic objective of control system design is performance specification. Specifications are the constraints or limitations put on the mathematical functions describing the system characteristics. Bandwidth, defined as the range of frequencies over which the system will respond satisfactorily. Range of frequencies in which magnitude response is almost flat in nature. Next we'll see about cutoff frequency. Frequency at which magnitude of the closed loop response is 3 dB down from its zero frequency value. Cutoff rate. Slope of the resultant magnitude curve near the cutoff frequency is called cutoff rate. Resonant peak. Maximum value of magnitude of the closed loop frequency response is resonant peak, measure of relative stability of the system. Resonant frequency. Frequency at which resonant peak occurs in the closed loop frequency response. Okay. Next we'll see about frequency at which, gain crossover frequency omega GC. Gain crossover frequency omega GC. Frequency at which magnitude of G of j omega, H of j omega is unity. Then frequency at which magnitude of G of j omega, H of j omega is 0 dB is omega GC. Okay, frequency at which magnitude of G of j omega, H of j omega is 0 dB is omega GC. Phase crossover frequency omega PC. Frequency at which phase angle of G of j omega, H of j omega is minus 180 degrees. Gain margin. Gain margin is defined as the margin in gain allowable by which gain can be increased till system reaches on the verge of instability. So gain margin is defined as a margin in gain allowable by which gain can be increased till system reaches on the verge of instability. Positive gain margin, system is stable. Negative gain margin, system is unstable. Okay. So this graph paper is called semi-log graph paper. This is called semi-log graph paper. Okay. This is a semi-log graph paper. You can see this is 1 decade, this is 2 decade, this is 3 decade. So linear y-axis, non-linear x-axis, 0 to 1, 1 to 10, 10 to 100. So this is, I think all of you know how to use semi-log graph paper as you already done in your lab experiments. Okay. Okay. Next we will see about standard form of open loop transfer function G of j omega, H of j omega. Okay. So we'll consider G of s, H of s is equal to k dash s raised to z into bracket s plus z1 into s plus z2 divided by s raised to p into s plus p1 into s plus p2. We have to note that either s raised to z or s raised to p will be present at a time and not both. But this form is not useful to sketch the Bode plot. Hence it is necessary to rewrite the G of s, H of s in time constant form. So G of s, H of s is equal to s raised to z k 1 plus t1s into 1 plus t2s by s raised to p into 1 plus tas into 1 plus tbs, where k is equal to z1 z into z2 into so on divided by p1 into p2 so on into k dash. So either s raised to z or s raised to p is present and not both. Either s raised to z or s raised to p is present and not both. The standard time constant form can be denoted as g of s h of s is equal to k into bracket 1 plus t1s into 1 plus t2s by s raised to p into 1 plus tas into 1 plus tbs, where k is resultant system gain. P is type of the system. T1, T2, Ta, Tb are time constants of different poles and zeros. Each of the factor involved in g of s, h of s above will, so whatever is a factor involved in g of s, h of s above will contribute to magnitude and phase angle variations of g of j omega, h of j omega in frequency domain. Frequency domain transfer function can be obtained by substituting s is equal to j omega in above expression. Then g of j omega, h of j omega is equal to k into bracket 1 plus t1 j omega into 1 plus t2 j omega divided by j omega raised to p into 1 plus ta j omega into 1 plus tb j omega. Okay, so whatever are basic factors which very frequently occur in the above form can be identified and studied separately. So we'll see the list of such basic factors. 1. Resultant system gain k or constant factor when g of j omega, h of j omega is expressed in time constant form. So resultant system gain k, the constant factor when g of j omega, h of j omega is expressed in time constant form. Second, poles or zeros at the origin, which is integral and derivative factors, that is j omega raised to plus or minus p. Either poles or zeros at origin will be present. 3. Simple poles and zeros are called first order factors of the form 1 plus j omega t raised to plus or minus 1. Fourth, quadratic factors which cannot be factorized into real factors of the form 1 plus 2 damping ratio by omega n s plus s square by omega n square is approximately equal to 1 plus 2 damping ratio j into bracket omega by omega n plus j omega by omega n square. So whatever is the behavior of such factor is clear in frequency domain, then by adding logarithmic plots of such factor, the resultant logarithmic plot for any g of j omega, h of j omega can be obtained. So the process of obtaining logarithmic plots for such factors can be simplified by using asymptotic approximations for each factor, but by adding corrections to such plot if necessary, accurate plot may be obtained. Next we'll see Bode plot of standard factors of g of j omega, h of j omega. So we'll see Bode plots of standard factors of g of j omega, h of j omega. So for each factor, procedure to obtain its Bode plot can be divided into following steps. Step 1. Replace s by j omega to convert it to frequency domain. Step 2. Find its magnitude as a function of omega. Step 3. Express the magnitude in decibels by 20 log 10 to the base magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega. Step 4. Find phase angle by using tan inverse imaginary part by real part, which is equal to phi in degrees. Step 5. With required approximations, plot magnitude in dB and phase angle in degrees against log omega by varying omega from 0 to infinity. So we'll start with the basic factors one by one. Factor 1, system gain k. G of s, h of s is equal to k. That is, g of j omega, h of j omega is equal to k plus j0. Magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is root of k square plus 0, which is k. Its decibel value is 20 log 10 to the base k in decibel. as gain k is constant, 20 log 10 to the base k is always constant, though omega is varied from 0 to infinity. So its magnitude plot will be straight line parallel to x-axis. So magnitude plot for k greater than 1 is a line parallel to x-axis at a distance of 20 log k above 0 dB reference line. While for k less than 1, it is at a distance of 20 log k below 0 dB reference line. Magnitude in decibels. Magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega plus 40, plus 20, 0 dB, minus 20. So this line, whatever has been shown, it represents 20 log k. This line represents, so for this is for k greater than 1. This line is 0 dB line, and this is for k greater than 1. Magnitude plot for k is equal to 0.1. Magnitude plot for k is equal to 0.1. This is 20 log k. This is 20 log k. This is k equal to 1. K equal to 1. This is magnitude plot for k equal to 10. So what does this mean is that the variation of magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega, the effect of k is constant equal to 20 log k decibel for all frequencies. This means k shifts the magnitude plot of magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega by a distance of 20 log k decibel upwards if k is greater than 1 and downwards if k is less than 1. So this factor is useful to design k for the required specification. So in such case, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega plot can be plotted with k as unknown, and then it can be adjusted, then it can be, and then it can be just shifted upwards or downwards so as to meet the required specification. This shift is nothing but 20 log k decibel, from which required k can be determined. Okay, next we'll see about phase angle plot. As g of j omega, h of j omega is equal to k plus j0, corresponding phi is tan inverse imaginary part by real part tan inverse 0 by k, which is 0 degrees. So this does not affect the phase angle plot, as its contribution to phase angle plot is 0 degrees. What does this mean is that phase plot specifications remain as it is for any positive value of k. But if k is negative, it always contributes minus 180 degrees to the phase angle plot independent of frequency. So this is for k equal to 0. This is for k equal to 0. For k greater than 0, this is 0 degrees line. This is minus 180 degrees line. Okay. So this is phase angle in degrees. This is log of omega. Next factor we'll see. Poles or zeros at the origin, which is j omega raised to plus or minus p. So we'll consider for simplicity single pole at the origin. G of s, h of s is equal to 1 by s. G of j omega, h of j omega is 1 by j omega, which is 1 by 0 plus j omega. So for magnitude plot, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is 1 divided by root of 0 square plus omega square, which is 1 by omega. So magnitude in decibels is 20 log 1 by omega in decibel, which is 20 log omega raised to minus 1 decibel, which is 20 log omega. So whatever is this equation, it is similar to y is equal to mx. Y is equal to mx, that is one pole at the origin which contributes to the magnitude plot according to equation minus 20 log omega, that is according to the straight line of slope minus 20. Now we'll see the unit of the slope. Equation is magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is minus 20 log omega. So when omega is 1, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is 0 dB. When omega is 10, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is minus 20 dB. Omega is equal to 100, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is minus 40 dB. Omega is 0.1, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is plus 20 dB. So now 10 times change in frequency range is called 1 decade described earlier. That is, one pole at origin reduces the magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega at the rate of minus 20 dB per decade. Hence, slope of magnitude plot for one pole at the origin is called minus 20 dB per decade. Minus 20 dB per decade. So, magnitude plot for one pole at origin is a straight line of slope minus 20 dB per decade. Now at omega is equal to 1, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is 0 dB. So this line intersects the reference 0 dB line at omega is equal to 1. At omega is equal to 0.1, it has magnitude plus 20 dB, while at omega is equal to 10, it has magnitude of minus 20 dB. So as omega is 0, it cannot be indicated. The starting frequency may be selected as per the requirement. Okay. Now, if we want to sketch a slope of minus 20 dB per decade, so first mark the intersection point of omega is equal to 1, 0 dB. So this is the point of omega is equal to 1 and 0 dB. So this point represents omega is equal to 1 and 0 dB. And we have to move up plus 20 dB for each 1/10th reduction in frequency for omega. From here, from this point, passing through this point, we have to draw a straight line. So this line represents a slope of minus 20 dB per decade. Okay, 20 dB per decade. Is it clear? Okay, dB is for each term. Okay, then similarly for minus 40, we have to move 40 and then so on. Now we'll consider two poles at origin. Two poles at origin. G of s, h of s is 1 by s square. G of j omega, h of j omega is 1 by j omega into 1 by j omega. Magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is 1 by omega into 1 by omega, which is 1 by omega square. Magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega in decibels is 20 log 1 by omega square, which is 20 log omega raised to minus 2, which is minus 40 log omega. So it is a straight line of slope minus 40 dB per decade. So whatever is logarithmic plot, multiplication gets replaced by addition. So one point is important to note that at omega is equal to 1, magnitude of g of j omega, h of j omega is 0 dB. That is this line, those that has slope minus 40 dB per decade, it intersects 0 dB line at omega is equal to 1. So you can see this figure represents how to draw slope of, if there is only one pole, then it is minus 20 dB per decade, and that line is shown here. This line is minus 20 dB per decade. Okay. If there are two poles, 40 dB, minus 40 dB per decade, it is represented by this line. Three poles, minus 60 dB per decade. You can see here, minus 60 dB per decade. This is minus 60 dB per decade. 4 poles minus 80 dB per decade. So the common intersection point of omega is equal to 1 with 0 dB line. Is it clear? Similarly, for p number of poles at the origin, g of s h of s is equal to 1 by s raised to p. So g of j omega h of j omega is 1 by omega into 1 by omega p times. So magnitude of g of j omega h of j omega is 1 by omega into 1 by omega p times, which is 1 by omega raised to p. So magnitude of g of j omega h of j omega in decibels is 20 log 1 by omega raised to p, which is equal to 20 log omega raised to minus p, which is minus 20 into p log omega. So this is a straight line of slope minus 20 into p dB per decade, but intersecting with 0 dB line at omega is equal to 1. So the magnitude plot for p poles at the origin gives a family of lines passing through intersection of omega is equal to 1 and 0 dB line having slope minus 20 into p dB per decade, which is measured. If there is 0 at the origin, that is g of s h of s is equal to s, that is g of j omega h of j omega is 0 plus j omega. So magnitude in dB is 20 log omega dB. So this is the equation of a straight line whose slope is plus 20 dB per decade. The only change is the sign of the slope. So for pole it is minus 20 dB per decade, while for 0 it is plus 20 dB per decade, but for both intersection of line with 0 dB occurs at omega is equal to 1. So if there are zeros, then okay, the slope will contribute to 1 0 as plus 20 dB per decade. If there are 2 zeros, the slope will contribute plus 40 dB per decade, and if there are 3 zeros, the slope will contribute to plus 60 dB per decade. And how to draw zeros is, we have to take from downward below 0 dB minus 20, we have to start if it is plus 20 dB per decade. If it is a square which has a slope of plus 40, we have to start from minus 40 dB per decade upwards. So similarly, if there are 3 zeros, then it is minus 60 dB per decade. We have to start having a slope of plus 60 dB per decade. We have to start from minus 60, passing through the point of omega is equal to 1 and 0 dB. Okay. So I'll stop here, you go through it. In next I'll start the problems. Okay, you understand the concept, so in next lecture I'll start the problems.